Got a cameraman today, gonna help me out, working on the car, whatever. The parts finally came in for this car here. We're kind of trying to save. Still needs some more work. I just ordered a set of the economy lower control arms. Came with some new end links. So what I'm going to go over here is what you need to do to pull this. It always makes it easier if you undo both sides of your sway bar. And they're actually right here. They're your end links. You're going to undo those first. Now I have the axles out of here. So I'm going to hang these back up in here so it holds them in place. And just stick a bolt through to hold them for now. Okay. Now your end link is down here. Lucky me, I got an impact. So I'm just going to hit that with the impact. Get them off. All right, there's our old stock ones. I'm going to go and undo the other side before I undo everything else. Now we need 15 and 18, which are on here. If it's factory bolts, obviously. And your socket stays on your ratchet. Alright, there's that. Now, we need to get the 1/2-inch drive ratchet. It's a 24 mil back here. Actually, no, it's not. It's 22. That's right here. I don't have that one. Why is this? This is the wrong socket. It should be a 24, but it's a 32. So, I'm going to get the other side done, the other sway bar, end link off. I'm going to grab the right tools for these control arms and the gun, and we'll be back. The 1/2-inch drive impact and the 24 for this back bolt here. Impact does seem to work best. If you ever have any problems getting these out right here, you can actually go inside the car, pick up the carpet. You'll see a press mark in the floor where it's raised, and there's actually a circle above that, but you'll have to drill that out with a hole saw. And you can get to the top of this. You can clean the threads with, a wire brush and spray some stuff on it, or either heat it with a torch. I've actually cut a little hole here and had to stick one of these grommets in right here so I could get in and heat one of these one time before I knew you could actually go inside the car and lift the carpet. So that's undone. We have one more bolt to do, which is out here on the front of the control arm right here. Like that. So we'll get that undone, and then we'll need a hammer. And basically I tap down. I have the other side of the sway bar undone, so I can pull it down here like this. It's out of the way. Once we have that undone, we can pull this out and then tap it out of the spindle, and then I'll show you how to get this stuff installed. The bolt comes out, and then there's a little, this is like a stop plate goes up in there. That'll fall out so that you know you got it out. Now, like I said, I'm just going to pop this out. Alright, now it's out. Like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take and try to whack this left-handed. Pull my control arm out. Right here is your shot bushing. Nearly ready to tear out. This here is damaged. You can see it. That's that damage right there. It's just so much nicer to replace these. Anytime you get anything, always set it side by side, make sure it's the right thing, and you can get it installed. Alright, I'm gonna clean this area up in here just a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna clean this right here. Get this stuff cleaned up, kind of clean the dirt and road stuff out of here. It'll make it a whole lot easier trying to slide the new control arm in because you won't be trying to fight that stuff. So here we go. All right, so if you've ever tried messing with these are always such a pain in the neck to get in. What I do is I like to take this back one, hold it level, and get it shoved in this way. This might be the two-person part. Maybe. Can you hold up on that? Yeah. It's heavy. That one went right in. Yeah, I don't even use half of what that camera has. Alright, so we're going to get these bolts anti-seized in case anybody ever has to change this stuff again. They don't have to worry about it being rusty. And yeah, all that kind of good stuff. Which most of the stuff that I've had apart on here, all got anti-seized. Lathered up real nice and good. Helps keep it from rusting. So what I want to do is I actually want to get this in here and get it started up through this back hole. Now, pull out on this and give this a tap to go in here. Okay. So we're going to do the same with this bolt. Put some maces on it also. All ready to go. That kind of helps get it lined up. Now, it's heavy. All right. All that stuff is started. Here. I always get everybody yell at me, you let that brake caliper hang. Well, if the hose breaks or you see anything damaged with that small caliper hanging on that, it's time to replace that hose. All right. Now, if you look, these have a slot, and that slot actually has to be turned to the back, so we'll have to grab a pair of channel locks so we can spin that around. And what that does is when this bolt comes through, it lays into there and it helps keep it from popping out along with clamping it tight, but that's its main purpose. So I'll have to spin this around on this control arm. Some of them will come spun the correct way. But yeah, we'll get that. All right, the control arm's in right here. I did wipe down a bunch of grease, still more, all over my pants. Nice big, here's our pile of dirt we got out of here. Now I got this turned around the right way. Like I said, I just used a pair of chin locks. So now we're gonna push down on this, push in on this, right there. Just get it started. Okay. Give it a little tap. We're gonna get that up in, and then we'll put our bolt through. We're gonna do the same thing. Break out some anti-seize. Be careful touching that. It just goes everywhere, kind of like grease. And then we'll get this bolt back in. There we go. Of WD-40 to assist with installation on the end. Made sure everything was good and clean before I put it in. Now whoever had this installed at one time, they had anti-seize on here also. So we're just gonna coat it down again. It makes it a whole lot easier when you do go to remove this stuff right here. If you ever have to take this stuff apart, they come out a whole lot nicer. Same way with the threads on the axle. All right, now push, turn, pull. All right, now as my legs are falling asleep, let's lift up on this. Look at that. Axle's in, bolts are on. Now when you come out here, I like to make sure that these are coated good too, all the way out to the end. You know, if you ever have problems getting these out, a lot of guys, they'll hit these with hammers and then they'll damage this end trying to get them to come out. And that's just something you don't want to do because it makes it really hard to get the nut back on. So here we go. Washer, nut. There we go. Alright, we'll get everything tightened up and go from there. Got everything tightened up. The only ones that need to tighten yet are this. So we're going to get this assembled and we're going to get our brake on. This bolt's tightened, that's tight, and then we're going to be down to doing this. But we're going to put our end links on last. This can all get assembled yet, but our end links will go on last after we get our other control arm on. And yeah, so we're just got to check everything out. We got everything cleaned up here. Our slides for our brake are good. We did wipe a lot of the grease off that caliper, so we'll probably wipe a little bit more. And then we can get everything together here. But definitely an upgrade. Everything else is just kind of ending up in the box for junk pile. So, whew, man, what a mess. All right, off to the other side, guys. Hey, here we go. This side's all together. We got the control arm in. Axle, nice axle in. Everything's in the way it should be. Worked out pretty nicely. We got to do the lower engine mount yet. All right, battery croaked out, man. Here we go. Everything's together down here. We got our new end links installed. Both of them right there. Like I said, we got to put the lower mount on. I got to put this in here. Very little yet to do. A couple things to button up over here on this side. I'm actually working on filling up the transmission. We have to clean the hot side pipe, get that on, do a couple vacuum lines, and we can actually take this thing and give it a fire up and see where it's at. Alright, well, we just did our initial fire up. Everything went through the gears good. Clutch was working all right. Like I said, I still need to put the air cleaner. I just blocked off my vacuum lines. I got a throttle hanging problem. So I got to diagnose this. And it had a check engine light come on right away. So I don't know if something's unplugged or what. We just got to double check that. But I mean, you know, all in all, everything's working out perfect. Looking good. No leak so far. Still don't have much pressure here, but this thing's got to get bled out. So. But, well, let's get the rest of this thing together and take it for a drive.